50 is facing some backlash apparently for saying that men who date transgender women are batiman. I mean, he's technically not incorrect.
I don't attract gay men, and I'm not attracted to gay men. Like, it's just not a thing. This is why I don't go to gay clubs. I don't go to, gay things, because it's like the men that I attract are not there.
So Magic Johnson's son, I think it's EJ, right? Was in the news and said, I only date straight men. If a man is dating you, respectfully, they are not straight. Okay? They are not straight.
50 Cent is firing shots at Magic Johnson's kid, EJ Johnson. And this one's got the internet in a frenzy. EJ, who goes by she/they pronouns now, recently dropped a bombshell claiming they don't go for gay dudes. According to EJ, every guy they hook up with is completely straight, which had people scratching their heads immediately. Here's the thing that's got everyone twisted up. EJ doesn't call themselves transgender and has zero interest in medical transition. Yet they rock full women's outfits daily and insist people use she as a pronoun. But flip that around, and EJ says, don't call me a woman. I'm just a gay dude who pulls straight men. The math ain't mathing for most folks. Obviously, 50 Cent wasn't about to scroll past this without dropping his 2 cents. His take was crystal clear and brutally simple. If you're a man attracted to EJ Johnson, you're not straight. End of discussion. Doesn't matter what pronouns get thrown around or how EJ chooses to identify. In 50's world, if EJ catches your eye, you're gay. No debate. The internet split down the middle real quick. One camp's screaming that 50's being homophobic and that EJ deserves support. But if we're keeping it 100, way more people are backing 50 on this, especially after EJ had the nerve to disrespect every woman on the planet by saying nobody looks better than them. The audacity of that statement alone turned heads. This whole situation blew up when EJ sat down with Carlos King and revealed they told Magic and Cookie to quit calling them He-Man or even Son.
But even I told them on my birthday, in June, that I was like, we're not doing he, we're not doing man, we're not doing gay. Like, and it was very freeing, even like son. I was like, the world tried to give me that label, like Magic Johnson's son. And I was like, well, he's dead. And now there is Miss Thing. Like, we're not doing that either.
EJ broke it down, saying people need to roll with they or she, but made it crystal clear there's no actual transition to womanhood happening. Then came the line that had women everywhere ready to throw hands. EJ straight up declared that in any room they enter, they look better than every single woman present, which is wild coming from someone who doesn't even claim womanhood.
Even when I was a kid and like they were like, well, you can't wear skirts. And I was like, well, why not? It's like my inner being was like, there's nothing wrong with this, especially if I look cuter than any girl does. Like, what's the problem? Like, what's the issue? And that's exactly how I apply it to myself to these days in the way that I present, like in my, in my feminine regalia. I've always been a feminine being, and like that's just like how I best express myself. But I'm like, listen, I'm out all the time, and like I'm killing a dress and no one else is. Like the girls in the room are not doing it. Like they don't look cute. They're not dressed to any nine.
But hold up, because EJ wasn't done stirring the pot yet. They went on record saying gay men aren't their type at all. EJ doesn't even step foot in gay clubs, so where's the action happening? Apparently, they hunt exclusively in straight spaces. When Carlos pressed about labels, EJ played it cool, saying labels don't matter as long as people are happy. Then immediately contradicted that by explaining the men they date are typically guys who've been with women their entire lives until EJ came along.
I don't attract gay men, and I'm not attracted to gay men. But to be honest, it's like that's why I don't go to gay clubs. I don't go to gay things, because it's like the men that I attract are not there. I do that when I go to the straight rooms.
So so has it always been that way for you in terms of when it comes to men? Has it always been what some people consider the straight guy always being the one that would approach you?
Or somebody who, has been intimate and dating, women for most of their life, or like up until then, for sure. Absolutely. It has always been that way, but now it's like even more so now that I definitely present in more of a feminine way, because also like, it's like my energy
Let's break down this whole mess piece by piece, because it's getting ridiculous. EJ Johnson, who rejects being called he, but also refuses the trans woman label, exclusively chases men who identify as straight, dudes who normally romance women. Before 50 even entered the conversation, regular people online were already calling out the obvious. The core argument was straightforward and logical. If a man gets intimate with EJ Johnson, that man cannot be straight, period. You can't claim heterosexuality while sleeping with someone born biologically male, regardless of presentation or pronouns. One person on X put it perfectly, saying these are men still hiding in the closet or they're bisexual, simple as that. Another commenter nailed it, pointing out that gay men want masculine energy or feminine energy from actual men, not someone performing womanhood while rejecting the identity. The chaser's EJ attracts live in a fantasy world where they convince themselves they're still straight. Then there's the massive contradiction everyone noticed immediately. EJ claims labels don't matter, but draws a concrete line refusing to date gay men, so clearly labels matter a whole lot, just selectively. People also questioned why someone who says I'm not a he would exclusively chase men attracted to women. If you're not a man, why does their orientation even matter? Shouldn't chemistry trump categories? The backlash grew so loud, it eventually reached 50 Cent's radar, and he came out swinging. 50 posted bluntly, "If you're involved with EJ, you're gay. No sugarcoating." When people clapped back calling him homophobic, 50 doubled down hard, stating if you're a man sleeping with someone born male, you're gay. That's the bottom line. In interviews, 50 mentioned it hurts when people accuse him of hating the LGBTQ community, pointing out his own mother, who died when he was 8, identified as queer, and had a girlfriend. Now here's how this connects directly to EJ Johnson. EJ was born male, that's biological fact, not opinion. EJ told Magic and Cookie to stop calling them son, but biology doesn't change. EJ claims to only sleep with straight men, and according to 50, that's flat out impossible. No legitimately straight man sleeps with EJ. By definition, that makes them gay. So when EJ brags about pulling only straight dudes, 50's stance is that EJ is either deliberately lying or seriously confused about what heterosexuality actually means. Now let's address something that makes this situation even more infuriating, and that's EJ Johnson's staggering lack of self-awareness. Here's someone who refuses to accept the woman label, uses she pronouns but explicitly rejects womanhood, then turns around claiming to look better than every woman alive. Hold up, let me understand this correctly. EJ doesn't identify as a woman, doesn't want that label, but feels totally entitled to declare superiority over all women, better than the very people whose entire aesthetic, fashion, makeup, and style they copy daily? The nerve is absolutely wild. This isn't some isolated incident either. EJ has constructed their whole public image around wearing women's designer clothes, rocking wigs, full makeup, collecting Birkin bags, the complete package. So you want all the glamorous parts of femininity, the attention, the compliments, the ability to claim you're prettier than actual women, but none of the responsibility or struggle? You don't want the discrimination, the challenges, the parts that aren't Instagram-worthy. And here's where the privilege becomes impossible to ignore. EJ was born holding the ultimate lottery ticket because their father is Magic Johnson, not just a basketball icon but a self-made billionaire who came from absolute poverty. Magic used to collect trash with his father in freezing weather, learning never to half-effort anything, and he built that lesson into a business empire. Now compare that to EJ's actual accomplishments, which amount to basically nothing. They appeared on Rich Kids of Beverly Hills, literally a show about spoiled children burning through family money. They had a spin-off called EJ NYC that tanked immediately. They did minor hosting for E! News, and that's the entire resume, all of it possible only because of their last name. Magic made his daughter Elisa write a complete business plan before supporting her eyewear company, and he rejected her first attempt because it wasn't thorough enough. Magic values hustle, respects grinding, appreciates people building something real from scratch. What has EJ actually built beyond a social media following and a wardrobe? Absolutely nothing of substance. EJ has never demonstrated even a shred of gratitude or acknowledgement that their entire platform exists solely because their father earned it through blood, sweat, and tears. That's not confidence or self-assurance, that's a pampered rich kid who's never heard the word no in their entire life. EJ wants to parade around in designer everything, carrying multiple Birkins, living in Beverly Hills luxury, telling the world they're more attractive than any woman, but doesn't want criticism or tough questions. That's exactly why 50 Cent's commentary hit so hard, because 50 also started with nothing and constructed a music and business empire through pure determination and talent. EJ Johnson can't handle real honesty because they've never had to face consequences. They've been shielded by wealth, by fame, by a father whose unconditional love protects them from reality. That's fine for a family dynamic, but 50 doesn't owe EJ anything, and he's not going to pretend something is factual just to protect a rich kid's feelings about their lifestyle choices. So what's your take on this whole situation? Do you stand with 50's perspective on this? And how do you feel about EJ Johnson claiming to exclusively attract heterosexual men? Share your honest thoughts in the comments section and catch the next video.